You thought what you just heard was wild? Buckle up, because what's coming next? It's messier, deeper, and way more explosive than anyone expected. This isn't just gossip. This is decade-old drama resurfacing with a vengeance in 2025, and the internet is spiraling all over again. So here's the tea everyone's whispering about: a voicemail. Not just any voicemail, a leaked recording from Justin Bieber to Selena Gomez that's suddenly everywhere again. TikTok? Flooded. Twitter? On fire. Instagram? Full of reaction. Reels and wait, is this real? Comments? The theory? That a never-before-heard voicemail from Justin just dropped out of nowhere, proof that he's still not over Selena, and that he's spiraling after her engagement. But hold on, let's pump the brakes before we lose our minds. Because here's the twist: that voicemail didn't drop in 2025, it's from 2013, that's right. This isn't new tea, it's recycled chaos dressed up with a shiny new bow. But the story behind it, still iconic, still chaotic, and still enough to make you question everything you thought was over. This isn't just about a voicemail. It's about a moment in pop culture history when Selena Gomez included a real-life, intimate voicemail in a breakup song that would go on to haunt fans for over a decade. And now, in 2025, with new drama brewing, old wounds reopening, and fans dissecting every lyric, every post, every like, this ghost from 2013 is back, and it's louder than ever. So what was the voicemail? What did it cause chaos then, and why is it back now? Let's break it down from the beginning. Because once you hear the full story, from leaked tracks to denied allegations, to Justin's recent Instagram meltdown, you'll understand why the internet just can't let Selena go. Let's rewind. Not to last week. Not even to last year, we're going all the way back to 2013, the year Selena Gomez flipped the entire internet on its head with just one voicemail. At the time, Selena had just dropped her solo album Stars Dance, and fans were already deep in speculation mode. But then came a track that changed everything, Love Will Remember. And it didn't just hint at heartbreak, it opened with it. The song begins with a soft, emotional voicemail that had people instantly frozen in their tracks. In the recording, a voice says, "Hey babe, it's me. I just want to call and tell you that I love you so much." It wasn't just intimate, it felt raw, real, vulnerable. The moment that voicemail hit the airwaves, fans exploded. Was that Justin? Did Selena actually just use a private message from him in a song? And if she did, why? The timing couldn't have been more dramatic. The song leaked 2 weeks before the album's official July 23rd release, igniting a media frenzy. Billboard picked up the story, and TV raised eyebrows. Everyone was asking the same question: was that really Justin Bieber's voice? Some believed it instantly. Others said no way. And then came the real twist. Bieber's team denied it, publicly, firmly. They said the voicemail wasn't his, that the rumors were out of control and that people needed to chill. But the denial only made things worse. If it wasn't his voice, why was his team reacting so strongly? Why not just ignore it? Was it damage control? Or was it all part of some elaborate PR game? Then another layer dropped. According to a report from E! Online, Selena had actually told Justin months earlier, way back in February 2013, that she planned to use the voicemail in the song. If that's true, why was his team acting blindsided? Did he forget? Was he caught off guard? Or was it all a strategic move to stir more buzz around the album's release? The media didn't know what to believe. Some outlets doubled down, claiming it was definitely Justin. Others insisted it was a fake or a voice actor. Meanwhile, fans were split. The war between Selena treaders and skeptics was on full blast. And the song became a pop culture lightning rod overnight. But here's what we do. No, Selena confirmed that the song was about her relationship with Justin. And whether that was his actual voice or not, the emotional impact was undeniable. Love Will Remember wasn't just a breakup ballad, it was a public unraveling of one of the most high-profile relationships in pop history. It blurred the line between art and real life in a way that felt new, raw, and a little dangerous. Today, in 2025, artists using real voicemails in songs isn't exactly shocking, but back in 2013, this was revolutionary. It was bold, it was personal, and it was messy. It cracked open the door into a private world that fans weren't supposed to hear. And once that door was opened, there was no closing it again. So why is everyone losing their minds now, in 2025, over something that happened more than a decade ago? Why is a voicemail from 2013 suddenly dominating TikTok timelines, filling up Instagram reels, and sparking full-blown fan wars across Twitter? The answer lies in the illusion of newness and the internet's obsession with never letting go. In the last few weeks, social media has exploded with claims that a new leaked voicemail from Justin to Selena just dropped. Reaction videos? Everywhere. Theories? Out of control. People thought they were listening to Justin finally breaking his silence, pouring out one last emotional message to the love he never truly got over. Except it wasn't new at all. Turns out the so-called leak was actually just a resurfacing of that exact same voicemail from 2013, the one used in Love Will Remember. Nothing had been added. Nothing had changed. But because of how content circulates now, thanks to algorithmic chaos, viral editing, and zero context for posts, it looked and felt like brand new T-Dot. It wasn't just misinformation. It was collective emotional amnesia. And here's the kicker. Most people had no idea it was old. Many Gen Z fans weren't even old enough to remember the original drama. To them, this was breaking news. The audio was raw. The emotion hit. And the storyline, ex-lovers, secret voicemails. Emotional turmoil felt painfully relevant again. But there's a deeper reason why this ghost from 2013 came back from the dead, and it has everything to do with what's been happening between Justin and Selena right now in 2025. Because while the internet may have mistaken the timeline, the emotion behind the reaction is very real. Even though Selena is engaged, even though Justin is married, even though technically they've both moved on, the public can't help but keep revisiting the same question. Did they ever actually let go of each other? That one question, unanswered, unprovable, and deeply emotional, is what gives this old voicemail new life. It's what keeps people coming back, rewatching, resharing, reposting. It's what keeps the narrative alive. And timing? Oh, the timing couldn't be more suspicious, because this viral voicemail didn't just happen to resurface for no reason. It came back into the spotlight right when new drama was bubbling between Justin and Selena, the kind of drama that makes you wonder if the past was ever really in the past. By the time the internet started obsessing over that old voicemail again, something much bigger had already been brewing behind the scenes. Something real, recent, and emotionally raw. In December 2024, Selena Gomez announced her engagement to music producer Benny Blanco, and it wasn't subtle. She went public with dazzling photos, radiant smiles, and a caption that read like closure, the kind of peace people wait years for. Fans celebrated her glow-up. After years of heartbreak, health battles, and surviving public scrutiny, Selena had seemingly found her forever person. And the timing? Poetic. She and Benny had gone official in late 2023. It was slow, steady, and private at first, a clear departure from the chaos that followed every chapter of her past with Justin. For once, the spotlight didn't dim her joy. Instead, it lit it up. But just weeks after Selena's announcement went viral, Justin Bieber posted something that sent shockwaves through his own fandom. And no, it wasn't congratulations. It was a meme. Not just any meme, a clip from The Lord of the Rings, showing Gollum obsessing over the One Ring with the caption, "Girls on social media when they get engaged. You don't need a decoder ring to catch the implication." The post hit social media like a slap. The timing was too perfect, or rather too suspicious. Fans immediately connected the dots, interpreting the meme as a passive-aggressive swipe at Selena. Why now? Why that joke? Why right after her news? The backlash was immediate. Comments flooded in on Reddit, Twitter, and Instagram. Even if it's not about Selena, he had to know what people would think. Why is he shading his ex at his big age? This man needs to log off. And just when things started calming down, he doubled down. Justin posted another clip, this time a chaotic video of a girl acting erratic, paired with the caption, "Me acting psycho daily when I'm just a sweet, cute, innocent girlie who crashes out sometimes." Fans lost it. Again, the speculation exploded. Was this a veiled reference to his emotional state post-engagement news? Was he spiraling? Suddenly, the narrative shifted. It wasn't just about Selena's joy anymore. It was about Justin's unraveling in public in real time, and still. Silence. Justin didn't clarify. He didn't deny. He didn't explain. And that silence? It only made things worse. Because sometimes silence isn't neutral. It's an answer. It was enough for fans and media, outlets alike, to start whispering. Is he really over Selena? Is everything okay at home with Hailey? Why now? And as the chaos built, one thing became clear. Whatever peace existed between these two exes was suddenly, violently shattered again, not because of a voicemail, not because of a song, but because real emotions, new milestones, and old wounds had collided in public once more. By April 2025, the situation had shifted from petty posts to something far more serious. What started as a few cryptic Instagram memes now looked eerily like a slow-motion breakdown, and fans were watching it unfold with growing alarm. The red flags began to pile up when Justin made an appearance at Coachella. But this wasn't the vibrant, confident pop icon fans were used to. He looked off, unwell, thin, spaced out. A shell of his former self. Photos and videos from the festival started circulating immediately, and they weren't flattering. Fans began speculating that something was deeply wrong, not just emotionally. Physically, mentally, he didn't look like he wanted to be there. In some clips, he looked like he didn't even know where he was. Reports from behind the scenes only made things worse. According to several insiders, quoted by the Economic Times and Entertainment Tonight, Justin had been acting manic in the weeks leading up to Coachella. He wasn't sleeping, he wasn't eating. He was withdrawing from friends and family. Something had clearly shifted, and not in a good way. And while no official statement came from his team, fans couldn't help but connect the dots. This wasn't just a bad day. This looked like a full-on collapse, triggered, many believed, by Selena's engagement. Because here's the painful truth. Even when a relationship ends, the grief can linger. Especially when it's public. Especially when the person who once broke your heart is now glowing in love and building a future without you. The kind of closure that photographs so well can still rip someone else open behind the scenes. And Justin? He wasn't handling it well. Meanwhile, Selena remained silent, gracefully distant. While Justin was melting down on Instagram and stumbling through Coachella, she was photographed on the set of Only Murders in the Building. Smiling, composed, glowing. To the outside world, it looked like she had finally found peace, while Justin was still haunted by the past. Even more telling? Neither she nor Benny Blanco said anything about the drama. No tweets, no subtweets, no shade, just silence. And in today's world of digital oversharing, that kind of restraint speaks volumes, because where Justin's silence felt chaotic, Selena's felt powerful. It was the silence of someone who had nothing left to prove, but the internet wasn't done speculating. If anything, this silence only poured gasoline on the fire. Was Justin unraveling because he still loved Selena? Was he triggered by her happiness? Or was this about something deeper, something broken long before the engagement ever happened? Whatever the truth is, one thing was certain: the public was watching every move. And for Justin, that scrutiny was starting to feel less like attention and more like exposure. While Justin's posts were stirring speculation and his Coachella appearance raised alarm bells, Selena Gomez was quietly working on something that could explain everything, something deeply personal, emotionally loaded, and according to fan theories, possibly targeted. Her upcoming album, reportedly titled I Said I Love You First, is a collaboration with fiancé Benny Blanco, and it's already being described by industry insiders as Selena's most intimate project yet. The title alone felt like a message, a timestamp, a final word on a love that never quite died in the eyes of the public. Whispers began to spread online. This wasn't just another record. It was a confessional. And if the rumors are true, this new album is packed with lyrics that dig into Selena's past, specifically her past with Justin. The thought of her putting their story into melodies again, only now as a woman who's moved on, was enough to ignite full-blown chaos across fan pages. It wasn't hard to imagine Justin watching it all unfold, helpless and raw, and maybe that's exactly what we've been seeing, because when an ex writes about you from a place of peace, it can sting more than a diss track. It says, I'm done, I'm healed, I've said my goodbye. And for the one who never got closure, that can feel like a wound that never stops bleeding. So maybe Justin did hear something. Maybe he got a preview of the album. Maybe he knew what was coming, and that's why the timing of his breakdown aligns so perfectly with Selena's calm ascent. Fans have speculated that his erratic Instagram activity and emotional instability are a preemptive reaction, not to Selena's engagement alone, but to the possibility that she's about to tell her side of the story one last time, on her terms. And unlike the voicemail drama from 2013, this time he has no control, no PR spin, no public denial. Just the music, just the lyrics, and just the world watching as Selena closes a chapter he might still be stuck rereading. That's the thing about art. Once it's out, you can't take it back. And if Selena really is about to put the final nail in the Selena legacy through this album, it could explain everything we've been watching Justin go through. The posts, the silence, the spiral. Because sometimes closure doesn't come from reconciliation. It comes from a song that ends without your voice on it. At this point, the question hanging in the air feels heavier than ever. Does Justin Bieber still have feelings for Selena Gomez? No one has said it out loud, not him, not her, but the internet has already decided. And it's not hard to see. Why? Every post, every meme, every flash of public emotion from Justin has been dissected under the harshest light. From his Gollum Ring meme to the cryptic psycho girly caption, nothing feels random anymore. It all feels personal, targeted, emotional. Raw. Fans aren't just speculating. They're convinced. Social media is overflowing with reactions. And they all echo the same sentiment. He's been married for years, he has a child, and yet he still can't stop posting about his ex. Selena's moved on, but Justin, he's unraveling. Even outlets like the Economic Times have joined in, framing the current storm as proof that Justin may never have emotionally closed the chapter with Selena, a chapter the world refuses to stop rereading. The evidence? It's not just in his Instagram stories. It's in the silence, the lack of denial, the timing of it all. A man who has supposedly moved on doesn't behave like this, at least not according to the fans. And those fans? They've been watching this saga unfold for over a decade. They know the signs. They've seen this pattern before, but the real heartbreak might lie beneath the surface, in Justin's marriage itself, because while the world is focused on his potential lingering feelings for Selena, there's another thread quietly unraveling in the background. Multiple sources have suggested that Justin's relationship with Hailey isn't as perfect as it looks on Instagram. Behind the carefully filtered photos and curated posts, insiders claim there's been ongoing tension for years. Some of Hailey's closest friends allegedly have even advised her to walk away. That his emotional volatility, detachment, and unresolved baggage from the past have made the marriage harder than anyone expected, including our dots, and now fans are asking, are Justin's posts about Selena? Or are they a cry for help from within a crumbling relationship? It's the kind of emotional cocktail that keeps people glued to their screens because it's not just gossip anymore. It's about grief, about regret, about watching someone fall apart because they're still chasing a version of love that no longer exists. And in a world that lives for closure, Justin's behavior is starting to look like the ultimate open ending. Whether it's heartbreak, denial, nostalgia, or all three, the internet doesn't just see a pop star struggling. It sees a love story that never got a proper goodbye. And now, years later, with both of them in new chapters, the question refuses to fade. Does Justin still love Selena? Or does he just miss who he used to be when she was still by his side? Just when you think things couldn't get more complicated. Enter the fans, because while Justin and Selena remain mostly silent, their fandoms are louder than ever. They're not just watching this saga unfold, they're actively shaping it, analyzing it, amplifying it, and sometimes distorting it. The latest example? A photo in May 2025, screenshots began circulating online that allegedly showed Justin Bieber liking, and then quickly unliking, a romantic picture of Selena and Benny Blanco kissing. That single interaction, whether real or fake, sent shockwaves through the fandom. TikToks were made. Twitter threads erupted. Speculation exploded. Was Justin still keeping tabs on his ex? Was this a digital slip-up? Or was it a calculated reaction? But here's the twist. There's no proof that the screenshot was ever real. In today's world, editing an Instagram interaction takes less than 60 seconds. One quick Photoshop and suddenly the internet believes it. And that's the dangerous part, because truth doesn't matter as much as emotion. If people feel like it's true, they'll run with it. They'll post about it. They'll build entire narratives around it. That's exactly what happened. Whether the photo was legit or not, it fed into the same ongoing obsession that Justin isn't over Selena. That even with a wife and child at home, he's still lingering in the past, haunting the edges of her new life. It was just enough fuel to reignite the fire, and once that fire is lit, the internet doesn't let it burn out quietly. This is the power and the danger of parasocial relationships. We think we know these people. We follow their lives so closely, we begin to project our own emotions onto them. Justin isn't just Justin. Selena isn't just Selena. They're avatars of heartbreak, growth, and unresolved love. They've become symbolic, not just for each other, but for us. Their story mirrors our own longing, our own memories, our own what-ifs, and that's why the public won't let it go. Even if they have. The moment Selena posts a new photo or Justin shares a cryptic lyric, thousands of people go searching, not for what it is, but what it means. Every smile is suspicious. Every silence is loaded. Every like, every unlike, every second of eye contact at an awards show becomes evidence. It's no longer just a celebrity breakup. It's mythology. And as long as fans keep mythologizing Justin and Selena's love story, the cycle, the recycled drama, the resurfaced voicemails, the ghost-like speculation will keep repeating. Whether the photos are real or not, whether the feelings remain or not, one thing is certain, the internet refuses to let the story die. By now, it's obvious that this isn't just about two celebrities who used to date. It hasn't been for a long time. The story of Justin and Selena, or Jelena as the internet lovingly dubbed them, has evolved into something far bigger than either of them. It's become a cultural phenomenon, a collective memory, a kind of emotional myth we can't seem to stop retelling, and the reason is simple. We saw ourselves in them. They weren't just a couple. They were the couple growing up right in front of our eyes, falling in and out of love at the same time many of us were learning what love even was. They became our emotional backdrop, a mirror to our own coming-of-age experiences. When Selena cried in interviews, fans cried too. When Justin posted heartbreak lyrics, people projected their own exes onto them. Every breakup, every reconciliation, it wasn't just celebrity news. It was personal because we were growing up too. For millennials and Gen Z, their story coincided with a time when social media was exploding. They were the first celebrity couple to live through the full force of digital love and digital heartbreak, and we were there for all of it. The red carpet appearances, the subtweets, the emotional Instagram stories. Every high and every low felt like our own dots, so when people obsess over voicemails from 2013 or decode every word in Selena's new song, it's not just about them, it's about us. About what we remember feeling during those moments. About the relationships we were in, the ones we left, the ones that broke us, the ones that still live in our memories, unresolved. That's why this story refuses to die, because it taps into something deeper, the fear of never getting closure, the pain of watching someone you once loved move on while you're still searching for your own peace, and the universal longing for answers to the questions that keep us up at night. What if we had stayed? What if we had tried again? What if they still think about us too? In the story of Justin and Selena, we find permission to feel all of that again safely from behind a screen. Their relationship has become more than a timeline. It's a reference point for everything we thought love was supposed to be, and all the ways it can fall apart, and that's why every time one of them posts something cryptic, the world holds its breath just in case it means something more. Fast forward to 2025, and the difference between Justin and Selena's worlds couldn't be more stark. Selena Gomez is thriving publicly, professionally, emotionally. She's engaged to someone who makes her laugh, smile, and glow in a way fans hadn't seen in years. She's filming Only Murders in the Building, planning a wedding, and recording a new album that might be her most personal work yet. Her rare beauty line is booming. Her mental health advocacy is being taken seriously. She isn't just healing. She's evolving, she's composed, measured, at peace. And then there's Justin. On paper, he has everything. He's married to Hailey Bieber. He's a father. He's released music, performed, and built a brand of his own. But beneath the surface, things feel unsteady, unfinished, unwell. His social media behavior is erratic. He goes quiet for weeks, then resurfaces with chaotic energy. His posts are cryptic. His appearance at Coachella raised serious concerns. Rumors swirl about his mental and physical health, about his marriage, about his state of mind. And no matter how many family photos he posts, there's a lingering sense that something deeper is unraveling. This contrast is impossible to ignore. Where Selena's silence feels grounded, intentional, Justin's feels like a scream no one can hear. One side looks like a person who has turned the page. The other looks trapped in the last paragraph of a chapter. They can't stop rereading, and that's what's so haunting about watching this all play out in real time. Because we know what it's like to see someone you once loved moving on, living better, looking happy, while you're still sitting with everything left unsaid. Still haunted by the version of yourself you were when you had them. It's the emotional equivalent of standing still while the world races forward. In Justin's world, it's not racing, it's shaking. Trembling under the weight of unprocessed emotion, internet pressure, and maybe, just maybe, the echo of a love that still hurts. But this isn't about villainizing him. This isn't about framing one person as healed and the other as broken. Real closure is messy. Grief doesn't follow a timeline. And love, especially the kind that plays out in front of millions, doesn't vanish just because a ring is on someone else's finger. Still, the public contrast between them is undeniable, and it makes the old question resurface again and again. Did one of them finally move on while the other got stuck in the memory of what could have been? So why won't this story die? Why, more than a decade after their first kiss, are we still reading into every lyric, every like, every glance, and every silence between Justin and Selena? Because it's not just about them anymore. It's about US and the world we built around them. In a time before TikTok and viral For You feeds, Justin and Selena's relationship was already internet history in the making. They were the first digital age couple whose entire love story played out in real time, across platforms, across years, across generations. The lines between public and private blurred, and we watched it all. We mourned their breakups. We celebrated their reconciliations. We felt things with them. For them, and somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing them as just two young stars trying to figure things out and started seeing them as symbols. They became the story we returned to when our own hearts broke, when our own first loves faded, when we saw our ex move on, When we hoped they were still checking our profile. When we wondered, just for a moment, what if? Because Selena wasn't just entertainment. It was emotional projection at scale. And social media? It's supercharged that mythology. Now, every fan can be a narrator. Every post can be an edit. Every vague quote, every song lyric, every old voicemail can become evidence in the court of public emotion. We don't wait for press releases anymore. We craft our own narratives and feed them to millions in a matter of hours. That's the true legacy of this story, not the breakup, not the engagement, not even the voicemail, but the way two people's private heartbreak became our public. Catharsis, a mirror of longing, a case study in digital obsession, a love story that refused to end because we, the audience, refused to let it, and maybe that's the haunting beauty of it all. Justin and Selena's relationship may have ended in 2018, but in the digital mythology of modern pop culture, it's still alive, still echoing, still bleeding into every comment section, every thread, every edit, every playlist. It's not just about who loved who first or last. It's about the story that never really got a final chapter. So the next time you see a meme, a headline, or a fan theory, ask yourself, are they still in love? Or are we just not ready to let the love story go?